Miranda, incredible story of hardship. Abandoned by his parents in Colombia, survived in the streets. He was left homeless and hungry by corrupt fight managers and promoters. Things finally turned upon relocating to Puerto Rico, and his career took off here in South Florida, where he is very popular, as you can hear. He's 6-0 right here at Hard Rock Live, known for his trash talk, predicted a 9th-round knockout, and said this time he'll break the other side of Abraham's jaw. He usually gets right to it, Al, but many feel he will really come out bombing. Number one, to avoid a repeat of the first fight when he thought he got robbed. And secondly, the Abraham people think he'll tire as the fight goes on.
Well, to avoid that happening for the first time in his career, Miranda, who's hearing it from this crowd that loves him, has hired a professional dietitian for the whole camp. It's made him in great shape, and you'll see it when he takes off that top. He's got a heck of a body for this fight.
4-1 with 3 knockouts since Abraham. The punishing loss to Kelly Pavlik, but 2 straight KO wins at 168. He sent David Banks through the ropes and halfway out of the ring, a candidate for knockout of the year. Well, he's looking all business right now. Edison Miranda, who wants his sweet redemption. Smile on his face, not used to this kind of reaction. He is looking better physically than the last time he fought Miranda. Undefeated King Arthur, a mystery to most American fight fans. His United States debut, an Armenian who moved to Berlin when he was 14, wildly popular in Germany. In fact, some felt he was the beneficiary of a hometown decision over Miranda. He postponed his mandatory to renew this rivalry, really wants to make a name in the States, keeps his title, win, lose, or draw. But Al, with a victory, the possibility of a mega fight with Kelly Pavlik.
Well, and if he would get that, he would face the same kind of hostility he's facing right now. They're talking about that fight if it happened maybe in Cleveland in front of a big crowd. He's got to get past this hostile crowd, and Edison Miranda tonight, and we'll see how he reacts to this. He really has almost never been in a crowd that didn't love him.
Exactly. He comes off a stirring 12th round KO of Elvin Ayala in March. A never surrender mentality. King Arthur says he's ready to conquer America. As we check the numbers, the tail of the tape, Miranda, who is looking more cut and muscular since moving up to super middleweight, came back down to 165 yesterday. We weighed him tonight 174.5. Abraham's up from middleweight, was initially a half-pound over the catch weight, then hit the mark less than an hour later. Tonight he's 172, so at least they're similar. The rules clouded by confusion, you'll recall, in the first fight. There's no standing 8 count, no 3 knockdown rule. A fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round. If an accidental headbutt causes a fight to end within 4 rounds, it's a no decision. After 4 rounds, they go to the scorecards. And if a punch causes a cut and the injured fighter can't continue, he loses by TKO. So here at Hard Rock Live in Hollywood, Florida, getting ready for Abraham versus Miranda 2, a non-title fight that feels like a title fight. The official introductions from our ring announcer, the classy Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you to the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida for boxing's much anticipated rematch featured bout of the evening, brought to you by Seminole Warriors Boxing and Zowerland Event in association with the Seminole Tribe of Florida, Chairman Mitchell Cypress, Cafe Bustelo, and Showtime. This bout is sanctioned by the Florida State Boxing Commission. Chairman Ramiro Ortiz, Vice Chairman Don Bowen, Commissioners Mel Gerardo, James Steinecke, and Dr. Donald Perry, with the Executive Director Tom Malloy. Our physicians at ringside, Dr. Alan Fields, Dr. Donald Weiss, and our timekeeper at the bell, Carmine Chirachella. Introducing our 3 judges scoring this bout from ringside, from Wolverhampton, England, John Coyle. From Toronto, Ontario, Canada, Harry Davis. And from Rivervale, New Jersey, Steve Weisfeld. Our 3rd man to the ring, a referee in charge, hailing from Jacksonville, Florida, Telis Asimenios. All right, fans, here we go with our main event of the evening, a rematch special attraction scheduled for 12 rounds of boxing. And now, ladies and gentlemen in attendance and boxing fans joining us around the world, live from the Seminole Hard Rock Hotel and Casino in Hollywood, Florida, it's showtime! Introducing you first on my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing black trunks, fighting out of Carolina, Puerto Rico, by way of Barranquilla, Colombia. He weighed in at 165 pounds with a record of 30 wins, 2 losses. He has 26 wins coming by way of knockout. He is ranked the number 6 super middleweight in the world by the IBF, number 2 in the world by the WBC. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the hard-hitting and explosive Edison Pantera Miranda. And his opponent across the ring on my left, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing white trunks and joining us from Berlin, Germany. He weighed in at 166 pounds. He is undefeated in his campaign in the ring with 26 wins, no losses, 21 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight making his live U.S. television debut, please welcome the longtime and undefeated IBF middleweight champion of the world, introducing King Arthur Abraham. Once again, our referee in charge, Telis Asimenios, now to give instructions.
Gentlemen, you have received instructions in the dressing rooms. Obey my commands at all times. Protect yourselves at all times. Good luck. God bless to both of you. Anything below here is a low blow. Your belt is looking good. Shake hands. God bless.
Miranda refusing to look at Abraham, and here is the result of our text message poll question. No surprise, Al, 70% said yes.
I think they know that this is going to be a great fight.
And they want it. This fight hasn't even started yet, and the people want to see it again. Miranda typically comes out winging. Abraham wants to start faster, but Abraham's folks convinced Miranda will sputter after 4, so somewhat contradictory there. I think Abraham just wants to strike first this time and not get caught early as in the first fight.
I think a key point about all this is, if we look back this passionately at that first fight, Abraham himself was able to stun Miranda a little bit early in the fight, but then once his jaw was broken after 4 rounds, of course, was a little bit less effective. So we shouldn't believe that Abraham isn't capable of hurting Miranda. He is.
No mystery. Miranda wants a street brawl. He's more effective coming forward, doesn't fight as well going backward. Abraham's got to push Miranda back, put on the pressure, bully him. Miranda's money punch, the monster right. That's the punch that broke Abraham's jaw. He's sometimes wild and undisciplined. There's a right hand by Miranda. Abraham also has a huge right. He can drop you with either hand.
You know, they tell us, Asamenios, the referee, is going to be a very key figure in this. Let me tell you one of the reasons. You look at how Abraham keeps his hands. That's to prevent you from keep hitting his head, and you have to go to the body. Some of those body blows, of course, were called low by Randy Newman in the last fight. Edison Miranda doesn't think they're going to be tonight if they're not low, in his opinion. We'll see.
And Asamenios knows Miranda's style very well. He refereed his last fight. So he's been in there with him before. Body shots by Abraham. And Abraham, yeah, you're right. He goes into that defensive shield and he suddenly explodes with a burst of hard punches. Part of his MO. But he does fight sporadically.
Yeah, and he's very aware that coming here, he's got to punch a little bit more if he expects to win a decision. Now, their theory is Miranda's going to all of a sudden fall apart after 6 or 7 rounds. If that doesn't happen, they need plan B.
And Miranda, just like in the first fight, taking the early initiative.
Yep.
Boy, both just took the other's best shots in the first fight. They absorbed some massive bombs. Body shot there. And now here's a twist. Abraham's told to keep him up.
Well, that one did straight just a smidge low.
It's just amazing there were no knockdowns in that first fight. And still astonished that the Miranda couldn't drop Abraham in his horrible condition. Right hand by Miranda. He's got Abraham where Abraham doesn't want to be, deep in the corner.
The jab of Miranda is making itself known a little bit, an important punch for him. You can see that these guys make a very good matchup. They really do.
Half hook, half uppercut by Miranda that just grazed Abraham, fortunately for Arthur. Yeah, the jab, he sort of abandoned it against Kelly Pavlik. We saw more of it in the first fight against Abraham. It was effective. Vivian Dude, our German translator. Felix de Jesus, our Spanish translator.
Du musst rechts rumgehen, ja? Verstehst du? Dann wird deine Schlagern länger. Pass auf.
He needs to go right because you've got to be careful for his difficult side.
Ja? Aufkommen, geh nach rechts raus. Schön abblocken. Und du musst mal auf so kurze Rippe hauen.
Take away his attention. Get him so he doesn't know what's coming.
Right, let's initiate. When you initiate, he holds off a little bit. Don't let him get on you. He'll die after 5 or 6 rounds, so keep going.
Hey, they feel the same way.
That's everybody's mantra, isn't it?
I guess. Jose Bonilla in the corner, the trainer for Miranda, a trainer/father figure for Edison Miranda. Uli Wegner, a famed German trainer, working with Abraham. Worked with guys like Sven Otka and Marcus Bayer, certainly not big punchers like Arthur Abraham.
No, but men that helped revive boxing in Germany and make it very big, which it is now.
Longtime super middleweight champions, yes.
Miranda, when he uses, there's a nice uppercut on the inside. Miranda, when he uses that jab, I'll tell you, it's a whole different fighter. You mentioned against Kelly Pavlik, when he was using that punch more effective, kind of abandoned it. What did I say in the keys? No wild left hooks by Miranda. He apparently did not read my keys. He just threw a wild left hook. Don't they pay attention to those things?
We'll send him a tape after the show. A little late, but Miranda again taking Abraham into the corner, and Abraham invites him in. He says, come on in, you're not hurting me.
Now that's Abraham's version of the rope-a-dope, and this is what he does. This is the way he fights, and then he'll all of a sudden counterpunch out of this posture.
It's interesting, Miranda usually looks to intimidate, but Abraham's trying to pull a reverse here on Miranda.
And you know, Abraham believes.
Body shot by Miranda.
That was a beauty. They believe Miranda's going to punch himself out in 4 or 5 rounds doing it.
And that's exactly why Abraham is taking this posture.
And he did that in the first fight too. That's his style. It's what he does. But he's going to accentuate it against Miranda.
Yeah, they got word that recently Miranda hired a professional nutritionist, a dietitian. Their feeling is when that happens, there's a problem with the fighter, but we'll see.
Carlos Asamenios warned Edison Miranda, I think, for using his head on the inside.
Well, he got 2 points deducted in the 5th round of the first fight. Oh, what a hard body shot by Miranda.
Those are thunderous punches. Now, they're wearing different gloves in this fight. The Reyes gloves being worn by Abraham and the Everlast gloves by Miranda. Ironically, Reyes gloves are thought of as the puncher's gloves.
Right.
And yet it's Miranda who's this monstrous puncher who's wearing Everlast.
Confidence.
Could be. He's having a good round, Edison Miranda. And it's not surprising Abraham would give away a few of these early rounds.
And Miranda's parading around the line. Here we go again.
Well, I didn't see that punch. I don't know if it was low or not.
Are you okay? Alles klar? It's okay.
Got right in the cuff.
Now, there's no point being deducted yet.
Alles klar?
Or at least Abraham's claiming it was in the cuff. I didn't see it.
We'll have a chance, I'm sure, to take a look at it.
Abraham motions to the referee. I mean, how many times is this guy going to get away with this? But we'll have to wait and see.
Honestly, in fast motion, couldn't tell whether that was low or not.
Below the belt. Watch your punches, okay? No more. Let's go.
Oh, yeah, he's being admonished by Asamenios, but of course he lost 3 points for low blows in the first fight, 2 for the intentional headbutt, so 5 altogether.
Now Abraham being a little bit more aggressive. You know that Miranda will concentrate on the head now, but Abraham's so good at covering up to the head, you have to go to the body.
Abraham, of course, had 5 minutes, up to 5 minutes to recover. He only used 40 seconds.
Well, guess what? He used to a nice body shot that was legal, Miranda, and Abraham comes down.
Countering body shots by Abraham.
Done.
Well, just like the second round in the first fight, Miranda hits after the bell, but not as.
Well, let's see whether this punch was low or not. There will be a left hand downstairs or a right uppercut. Well, guess what? It was low. Arthur Abraham had every right to wince on that one. It was an uppercut. He was trying to come up to the body, and it landed very low. So Edison Miranda gets himself in hot water again, and Asamenios said no more.
Ja.
Das liegt schon weich.
Aber weißt was ich meine, ja?
You know what I
Schön, dass du
mean.
nach rechts rüber. Hast du verstanden?
You have to go over the right.
Schön wegen deiner rechten Hand schützen. Ja?
You got to
Das
keep your
machst du
left
schon.
and protect yourself, cover
Du musst
yourself.
stärker werden.
You're
Du
going to
musst
do it. You're
dann
strong.
Vorbereiten, das muss mehr kommen.
Keep it clean and go for it.
Komm mal, Junge.
Al, if our interpretation is correct, it appeared as if Uli Vegnar, the feisty trainer for Arthur Abraham, he said something to the effect, just get in there and fight. Stop messing around. And let's see what happens here. I think he thought that Abraham may have been faking.
You know, I mean, he did get hit with a tough uppercut. Here's when Miranda gets in trouble. When he tries to throw the uppercut and it's a body punch. If he only threw the right hand to the body or the hook, for the most part, he's okay. It's when he throws those uppercuts that he gets in trouble. That's what most of the low blows were in the first fight.
There's those body shots by Abraham. That's been very successful for Abraham. Here in the early going segment. Oh, big right hand on the jaw by Abraham. That was his best punch of the night. Miranda says, let me see what else you got, Arthur. These are two tough. Well, I can't say it on TV.
Abraham claiming that was low, and it wasn't. So he's looking for some more calls. He's looking for some points.
I think you're right.
Even though the first one was unquestionably low.
You know, even if the 5 points weren't deducted in the first fight, Abraham would have won the fight. It's amazing.
Well, according to the story, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, no, I'm saying, yeah, I don't agree with it. But.
Now, Abraham's landed some nice punches in this round. Miranda's been busier, as mostly the case against any fighter against Abraham, because Abraham is very economical with his punches, but Arthur Abraham has landed some nice shots in this round.
Yeah, Abraham's waiting for a home run.
Abraham's problem is that here he is in the United States, not in his comfort zone, both in every sense, and he's going to have to punch to win this fight.
Stop! No posting. No posting. Let's go. You got it? Let's go. Back.
I'm not sure what that warning was for Asamenios. I guess it's for pushing.
It sounded like he said no pushing.
I didn't see what Miranda was doing.
Well, he's certainly trying to take control, Asamenios, no question about that. Of course, there was heavy. Oh, look out!
Wow.
That wobbled Miranda. I think that was a right hand. It wobbled Miranda. His knees buckled.
Even then, Abraham didn't come forward. He just does not want to do anything but counterpunch. Oh, great left hook by Abraham.
Yeah, that was a good combination by Abraham. The left hook did the most damage. This is a big round for Abraham. A right hand there, but he couldn't get it through Abraham's guard. It's so tough to do that. That's why he has to loop around sometimes to go to the side of Abraham's head. Final seconds of round 3, and it's heating up.
Abraham landing that right hand over the left of Edison Miranda. One of about 3 or 4 big punches Abraham landed in that last round. Now, this is where Miranda is warned here, and I'm not sure what that warning was for. Grabbing and holding and hitting, I guess. I am not sure what that warning was for. And then Abraham at the end of the round landed some big punches. Now, that was actually a little more just off-balance action by Edison Miranda. I'm not sure how much he was hurt, but he got hit with some big shots.
Wieder zumachen. Du musst immer wieder hier absichern. Haut und wucht den Cross rein. Komm mal, Junge, komm.
Do a counter punch. Come on, let's do it.
Well, if you'll recall in the first fight, this was a sensational round for Abraham, round 4. He really stepped up the attack and found his rhythm. We'll see what happens here in the rematch.
Of course, the other problem was in round 4 was when he got his jaw broken right at the end of the round.
The end of the round, yes.
He'd like the first part without the second part.
That's true. That was a right hand, but look out! Miranda is down!
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Hey, come on. Can you continue? Okay.
It was a left hand by Arthur Abraham, and now he's looking to close the show.
You wouldn't have expected a left hook from Abraham to be the punch to knock Miranda down, but he landed a good counter one earlier in the last round, and Miranda still in trouble.
Big combination upstairs by Abraham. Yeah, you're looking for the right hand, and it was a left hook. That's the 4th time. Miranda's down, make it number 5 now. He's down 2 times here in the 4th, and he's got 2 minutes to go.
6, 7. Hey, come here. Come here. Javier. Ready? Let's go.
Pavlik put him down 2 times in the 6th. He's down 2 times here. He's down for a 3rd time, and it's over. There's no 3 knockdown rule, but regardless, Telis Asamenios says good night to Edison Miranda. It ends in round 4. How about that for irony? It was round 4 where he had his jaw broken in the first fight. It's round 4 where he ends it with 3 big knockdowns in the rematch.
We said Edison Miranda was a gunslinger. He will get you or you will get him. He got gotten tonight by this man who did it with an unlikely punch, counter left hooks. He's not a big left hook artist, but he landed them tonight, and they were too much for Edison Miranda. And the king has come and started to build his court in America, he hopes.
He came to conquer, and he did. And for Arthur Abraham, the rematch well worth waiting for. Took almost 2 years, and he's done it.
Much to the chagrin of a lot of this crowd, of course. Miranda, this is his home. He was 6-0 in this ring and in this arena. Not anymore, not undefeated now.
No revenge for Edison Miranda. Celebration time for Arthur Abraham.
Abraham was able to get it done with a kind of unlikely punch, the left hook. He's got one, but it's not his stock in trade. Well, actually, the first one, right hand started the problem in the first knockdown. Then the left hook got there. So the right started the damage, and then the left hook. But in the second one, it was the left hand that got to him. That one just barely missed. And this one got there very, very strongly. Miranda had been hurt, of course, already, and Edison Miranda not known as the greatest defensive fighter, and so when he was in trouble, his defense failed him. Abraham, very smart, just cranking up those hooks. He knew that punch would land. Every time he threw that hook, it was getting in, and that was the end of the fight, the third and final knockdown, and the end of Miranda's hope to get revenge.
A bruising assault by Arthur Abraham. No revenge for Miranda. What could be a hugely important win for Abraham.
Thank you, my father.
With talk of a unification showdown with Kelly Pavlik. Arthur Abraham does it again, 2 for 2 versus Miranda, doing it in his American debut and coming up in weight against the guy who had already made the adjustment, fighting at super middleweight. Whoa. What a bad night for Edison Miranda. Abraham, meanwhile, remaining undefeated, now 27-0 with 22 knockouts. Miranda falls to 30-3, 2 of those 3 losses to Abraham. Let's get the official word from our ring announcer, Jimmy Lennon Jr.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the time of 1 minute 13 seconds of round number 4. Our referee in charge, Telis Asemenyo, stops the contest. He is the winner by way of technical knockout and still undefeated King Arthur Abraham.
An estimated 3 million viewers expecting to see this one tonight on German TV at 4 o'clock in the morning, Al. So a lot of folks, if they stayed up late in Germany, are celebrating right now.
Drinking a little coffee, and they are happy to see this result. A milestone victory for Arthur Abraham, and one that could propel him to some major fights.
Huge win for King Arthur Abraham, and he does it on the road in his American debut. He was booed coming into the ring. He just smiled it off. Edison Miranda was cheered coming into the ring, but it's Arthur Abraham with an emphatic victory. Let's get it up to Jim Gray in the ring. Jim?